这个故事如果你听起来不累，那么你的听力水平在生活中是完全够用的。要持续提升英文，记得点击订阅按钮。我们开始吧。
One small apple can break a room full of friends, and this story shows how it happens. Long ago, people told stories to explain why fights start so fast and grow so big. One of those stories came from old Greece, and it gave us a phrase people still use today. The phrase is the apple of discord. It means a small thing that starts a big fight. The story behind it feels old, slow, and human, like a shadow on a stone wall. The story begins with a wedding. It was not a normal wedding. It was for Peleus, a brave man, and Thetis, a sea woman with great power. Gods and goddesses came from every place. The room was full of light, music, and laughter. Food covered long tables. Cups were never empty. Everyone felt welcome, or almost everyone. One guest was not invited. Her name was Eris. She was the goddess of anger and fights. People feared her because trouble followed her steps. When Eris saw she was not welcome, her face grew cold. She did not shout. She did not cry. She smiled, and that smile had a plan. Eris did not bring a sword. She did not bring fire. She brought an apple. It was bright and clean, and it looked sweet. On the apple, she wrote a short line. It said, "For the most fair." Then she rolled the apple into the room and walked away. The apple stopped in the middle of the floor. Music slowed. Eyes turned. 3 goddesses saw the words at the same time. Hera, queen of the gods, saw it. Athena, goddess of wisdom and war, saw it. Aphrodite, goddess of love, saw it. Each of them felt the same thought rise in her chest. The apple should be mine. At first, their voices were soft. Each woman smiled and spoke with calm words. Hera said she was the most fair because she ruled with power. Athena said she was the most fair because she ruled with skill and clear thought. Aphrodite said she was the most fair because love lived in her smile. The room grew tense. Laughter faded. Other guests stepped back. A wedding that began with joy now held sharp air. The apple sat still, but it burned like a spark. The 3 goddesses went to Zeus, king of the gods, and asked him to choose. Zeus looked at their faces and felt the danger. No choice would end well. So he refused. He sent them away to a young man named Paris, a prince of Troy, who lived far from the noise of gods. Paris was a simple man at heart. He cared for sheep and hills. When the 3 goddesses stood before him, his hands shook. Each woman tried to win him over. Hera promised power and rule over many lands. Athena promised skill in war and a sharp mind. Aphrodite promised him the love of the most beautiful woman in the world. Paris listened. His heart spoke louder than his head. He gave the apple to Aphrodite. That choice did not end the story. It opened a door. The woman Aphrodite promised was Helen, wife of a king. Love turned into theft. Theft turned into anger. Anger turned into war. Ships crossed the sea. Cities burned. Many people died. All of it traced back to a small apple on a clean floor. This is why people say the apple of discord. It is not about fruit. It is about the small thing that pulls people apart. It is about pride, hurt feelings, and quiet plans. There is another small moment in the story that matters. Eris did not stay to watch. She did not need to. She knew people would do the rest. That is how many fights work. One sharp word drops into a room. Someone picks it up. Soon, voices rise, and no one remembers how it started. Over time, the phrase left the old stories and walked into daily life. People used it to talk about families that stop speaking, teams that break, friends who turn away. The apple can be money. It can be a look. It can be a post online. It is often small and easy to miss. History is full of apples like this. A small choice made in pride. A short message written in haste. A gift that hides a hook. The past feels far away, but the pattern feels close. Humans have not changed much. We still want to be seen. We still want to win. We still feel hurt when we are left out. The story also teaches a quiet lesson. The apple only had power because people fought for it. If no one had bent down to pick it up, it would have stayed just an apple. But pride is heavy. It pulls hands down. When you hear the apple of discord today, you are hearing an echo from that wedding. You are hearing the sound of a room turning cold. You are hearing how fast peace can crack. Think about your own life. There may be an apple on your floor right now. A small issue you keep touching. A short line that still burns. You can lift it and fight, or you can leave it where it is. Old stories do not tell us what to do, but they show us the cost. The apple of discord is never big at the start. That is why it works. It looks simple. It looks fair. It asks for a choice. And once the choice is made, the story runs on its own.
能以非母语者的身份专注学习到现在，这本身就是很棒的进步。真诚感谢你的观看。如果你觉得本期内容实用，点赞或留言让我知道你的想法，这对我持续创作非常重要。我们下期见。